Almost everything we use and consume comes from different places from around the world. Our coffee's from Brazil, our iPhones are from China, and our tomatoes are from Spain. In business, globalization refers to operating on an international scale. That means imports, exports, operating overseas, and multinationals. Importing refers to the process of purchasing goods from overseas and bringing them in to another country. For the UK, that will be buying goods from overseas in places such as China and India and bringing them to the UK to then sell on to UK consumers. There's two main reasons why UK companies import goods, and that's due to availability and cost. McDonald's sources their beef from UK farms. However, they can't do that with their coffee, so they import it from places like Brazil, Colombia, Guatemala, and Costa Rica. This is because coffee isn't available in the UK, as it doesn't have the climate to grow it. So McDonald's only choice is to import it from other countries to then sell on to UK consumers. The other reason companies import goods is due to cost. It's much cheaper to make products abroad because labour's cheaper. That's why a lot of electronics companies, such as Apple, have their products made in places like China, where they're not paying a high minimum wage. Whereas in the UK, that labour would have to be paid at the minimum wage. That wage is much higher than the really low wages paid in India and China, effectively making the product cheaper. Exporting is the opposite to importing. Exporting goods means sending the goods that you produce here in the UK out to other countries. When you think of exports in the UK, think of Scotch whisky and Aston Martins. These are produced here in the UK and sent out overseas to international markets that want and value these UK produced products. In 2021, Scotch whisky exports grew to 4.51 billion, with over a billion of that coming from just three countries: the USA, France, and Taiwan. Exporting is beneficial to companies as they now have a global market to sell their goods to, rather than being restricted to the number of customers that are located in that country where that product was produced. Basically, by exporting goods to other countries, a business is increasing their ability to make more money. As a business grows, it can start to look overseas for a change of location and access to new customers. McDonald's original plan was to grow 1,000 stores in the US. But as they grew, they saw that expansion overseas and a change in location could help them grow even further and even quicker. So in 1967, they opened restaurants in Canada and Puerto Rico, and in 1971, they opened restaurants in Japan. This expansion was all in the hopes of making more money and more profit. Businesses expanding to new locations can be about brand awareness, can be about increasing a product range, but usually it's about accessing more customers and having more chance of growth than could ever be possible in the one country where the business started. A business such as McDonald's is known as an MNC. An MNC is a multinational company or corporation. This is when a business operates in several different countries around the globe. McDonald's is definitely a multinational company, with over 40,000 restaurants worldwide in over 100 countries, with their latest restaurant opening being in Kazakhstan in 2016. Had McDonald's not become a multinational company, then their growth would have been limited to the size of the US market, which currently holds less than 5% of the world's population, leaving 95% of the world's population and potential customers on the table, which could be worth billions and billions of dollars. However, by becoming a multinational company, McDonald's now serves approximately 69 million people a day, with more than half their revenue coming from international markets outside of the US, demonstrating just how lucrative globalization can be for a business.